You're at dinner with a group of friends you've known for years. Same age, same college, similar jobs, similar starting salaries. And somehow they look like they're moving ahead. One just bought a house. One just maxed out their 401k. One is talking about investing in a rental property. Someone else is planning a 2-week Europe trip without checking their bank account every hour. And you're sitting there thinking something you don't want to say out loud. How are they doing this? Because on paper, you make about the same money. You're not reckless. You're not irresponsible. You don't have a gambling problem. You don't drive a Lamborghini. You don't blow your paycheck every weekend. And yet your savings feel fragile. Your progress feels slow. And your life feels like it's constantly one unexpected expense away from going backward. So, what's going on? My name is Marcus. And today we're not talking about budgeting hacks or side hustles. We're talking about structure. Because in most cases, when your friends are moving ahead financially and you're not, it's not about discipline. It's about how their financial structure is set up compared to yours. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's start with two people, Jake and Alex. They both graduated at 22. They both started at $58,000. They both got normal raises. By 30, they're each making around $85,000. Same income, same city, same cost of living. But their lives look very different. Jake lives alone in a one-bedroom apartment downtown. Rent, $2,100. Car payment, $480. Insurance, $210. Student loans, $420. Utilities, internet, phone, $350. Groceries and eating out, around $900. Gas and miscellaneous, another $300. Before Jake even thinks about investing, he's spending roughly $4,760 per month. After taxes, he brings home about $5,200. That leaves him with $440. Not $440 for fun, $440 for Inver. If he invests $400 a month, that's $4,800 a year. That's discipline. That's effort. Now let's look at Alex. Alex lives with a partner who makes $78,000. They rent a two-bedroom for $2,600. Split in half, $1,300 each. Utilities split. Internet split. Groceries partially shared. Car insurance bundled. Streaming services shared. Alex's monthly fixed costs come out closer to $3,200. Take home pay is about $5,200. That leaves Alex with $2,000 per month in margin. Same income, 4 times the breathing room. Not because Alex is smarter, not because Alex is better with money, because Alex's fixed costs are divided, and fixed costs are what determine wealth building capacity. This is the part people miss. Income matters, but margin matters more. Jake feels broke making $85,000. Alex feels stable making $85,000. Same salary, different structure. Now let's zoom out. Because sometimes the difference isn't a partner. Sometimes it's timing. Meet Daniel and Chris. Both start investing at 25. Daniel lives modestly. Roommates until 30. Drives a paid off car. Keeps expenses low. He invests $1,200 a month starting at 25. Chris decides to upgrade life at 26. Luxury apartment. New car lease. Lifestyle inflation with every raise. He plans to invest seriously at 35. Daniel invests $14,400 per year for 10 years. At a 7% return by 35, he has roughly $200,000. Chris starts at 35, investing $1,200 a month. He invests for 30 years until 65. He ends up with around $1.4 million. Sounds great. But Daniel? If he stops at 35 and never contributes again, that $200,000 grows to about $1.5 million by 65. Daniel invested $144,000. Chris invested $432,000. Who feels ahead at 35? Daniel. Who feels behind? Chris. But here's the key. Chris didn't feel behind at 30. He felt upgraded. He felt successful. He felt like he was finally enjoying life. Wealth doesn't reveal itself immediately. It compounds quietly, and comparison hides the timeline. Now let's add another layer. The illusion of visible wealth. You see your friend's new house. You don't see the 6% interest rate. You don't see the $4,200 mortgage. You don't see the $1,100 daycare bill. You don't see the $18,000 credit card balance they're not talking about. You see the granite countertops. You assume progress. But progress and visibility are not the same thing. Some people are moving ahead. Some people are just moving faster into obligation. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes your friends are ahead, not because they're better, but because they structured life earlier around margin instead of appearance. They kept the old car. They lived below status. They avoided fixed cost creep. They didn't upgrade every time income went up. And here's where psychology enters. When you feel behind, your instinct is to upgrade, not to slow down. You think, if I just get a slightly better place, I'll feel more successful. If I just buy the newer car, I'll feel caught up. If I just match the lifestyle, I won't feel behind. But upgrading fixed costs reduces margin. Reducing margin slows investing. Slower investing delays compounding. Delayed compounding widens the gap. And now it feels like everyone else is accelerating. Let's talk about the part nobody likes to admit. Luck. Some people had lower rent earlier. Some bought before rates rose. Some had parents help with a down payment. Some avoided layoffs by timing. Some married into another income. Some stayed healthy. Some didn't have surprise medical bills. Structure includes randomness, and randomness compounds too. This doesn't mean you're doomed. It means you're comparing outcomes without seeing starting conditions. Now here's the real pivot. Wealth isn't built by winning comparisons. It's built by expanding margin and protecting compounding. If your friends are ahead, ask, are they actually ahead, or are they just more visible? And if they are ahead, what did they protect earlier that you didn't? Margin? Time? Debt avoidance? Lifestyle restraint? The difference is almost always in fixed costs and timing, not talent, not intelligence, not worth. The good news, structure can change. You can reduce fixed costs. You can delay upgrades. You can increase savings rate. You can avoid locking in obligations that require your future self to keep performing perfectly. The bad news, you can't shortcut compounding. You can only start protecting it now. Your friends moving ahead isn't proof you failed. It's information. Information about structure. Information about margin. Information about timing. And once you understand that, the comparison stops being emotional. It becomes strategic. Because wealth isn't loud. It's quiet. It's invisible. It's margin. It's optionality. And the people who look calm about money usually built that calm 5 years before you noticed it. My name is Marcus, and the goal isn't to outrun your friends. It's to build a structure that doesn't collapse when life tests it. That's what actually moves you ahead.